All right, 57. Let A, B, and C, let A, B, C, and D be real numbers given that A times C is 1 and B plus C over D is undefined. Okay, that right there is a big clue. That tells us D is equal to 0. If you look at these choices, that's not one of them. So let's keep going. And A times B times C equals D, which the following must be true. So that means A times B times C equals 0. Well, we know that A times C is 1. So basically, we can replace the A and the C with a 1. Well, if 1 times B equals 0, that means B has to equal 0. All right, 58. A cosine function is shown in the standard coordinate plane below. All right, so when I see this problem, I'm obviously going to need my graphing calculator. What I'm going to focus on, you could graph this in the calculator and match it up from that screen, but it's a little tricky. I'll focus on this point here because that's a clear point, and if this is 1 just below it, then that means this point is the point 0, 3. So basically, I'm going to sub in x equals 0 for all these answer choices and see which one gives me positive 3 as a result. Make sure we go to mode and we've selected degree mode before we do this. The first one, 2 times cosine 0 divided by 3, and we get 2. I'm going to skip ahead because this one has a 2 as well. It's probably going to be one of these with a 3 in it. So 3, go to choice H, 3 times the cosine. Well, 0 divided by 3 is just 0, so I'm not even going to worry about the 0 divided by the 3. Boom, that's it. H is our answer. Wait, hold on a second. It may not be, because it could be choice. All right, all right, 58. Cosine function is shown below. Okay, so I'm going to focus on this point right here. It's the point 0, 3. So I'm going to take x equals 0 and substitute it in each one of these choices and see which one gives me positive 3. There may be more than one, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. First off, make sure we're in mode. We've selected degree mode. I have. So I'm going to go through choice F. It's 2 times the cosine of 0 divided by 3. Well, 0 divided by 3 is just 0. So I'm not even going to worry about putting the divided by 3. I just get 2. I'm going to skip ahead to the ones that have 3 in it, though, because it's probably going to be one of those, if not all of them. 3 times the cosine of 0. Pretty clear the cosine of 0 is 1, because 2 times 1 was 2. 3 times 1 gives us 3. So H works, but that means J will work as well, and so will K. So it's H, J, or K. We've at least ruled out F and G. So to figure out what the answer is, I'm going to go back. If you've taken trig, you know the formula for the period of a function is 2 pi divided by the b value of a trig function. And this is the standard format of a trig function. So the b value is just the coefficient of x in this problem. And the period is how often this function resets or repeats itself. And if we look at the top here and the top here, this is the length of our period right here from top to top. And we can see the halfway point is pi over 2. So that must mean the period is 1 full pi. So we need the period to be 1 full pi. So we're going to check each one of these. So let's check H first. So choice H, the b value is 1/3. So 2 pi divided by 1/3. It's the same thing as 2 times 6. So the period for H is 6 pi. Not right, because again, we need it to be just 1 pi. Letter J, it's 2 pi divided by 1/2. Same thing as 2 pi times 2. That's 4 pi. So that's not it either. So it has to be k, but let's just double check it. Check it up here. 2 pi divided by the b value of 2. Well, those 2's cancel out. We're left with just pi. So those match up. 59. The figure below shows a flying kite. At a certain moment, the kite string forms an angle of elevation of 75 degrees from point A to the ground. And again, we've got all this information right in this problem. So we don't need to read it. We just need to figure out what they're asking. What is the length of the string? So the string is this length right here. And we'll notice first off, it's opposite the 45-degree angle. Real quickly, let's find this missing angle in the triangle. Well, we know that there's 180 degrees in a triangle, so 180 minus 75 minus 45, that's 120, that would make that 60. So the missing angle is 60, so the side opposite that 60-degree angle is 240. Well, the length of the string is opposite a smaller angle, so it of course has to be smaller than 240. So we're going to cross this off. But this is ultimately a law of sines problem. And if you forgot what the law of sines is, it's this. It's the sine of the angle over, it's the ratio of the sine of the angle over the corresponding side. So in this problem, we could say our angle A is the 60-degree angle, because we know the side opposite that 60-degree angle is 240. Our ultimate goal is to find the length of the string, so we'll call that side B. Well, the angle that's opposite side B is 45. So this is the setup that we're going to set up and solve and cross multiply. So we will need a calculator to help us out here. Again, make sure you're in degree mode. We are from the earlier problem, so one cross product is 240 times the sine of 45, and we get that decimal. Now let's think a step ahead so we don't have to write any additional information down. So that cross product is roughly 169 point something, doesn't really matter. The other cross product is b times the sine of 60. So to solve for b, we would have to divide both sides by the sine of 60. But we want to divide that entire decimal, so we didn't want to clear that out, and we're just going to divide it by the sine of 60. In fact, I'm going to put that in parentheses. We get 195. So it's not C, it's not D. We need to check A or B. So I'm going to type in answer choice A, 60 times the square root of 3. See if it matches up. It doesn't, so it's got to be B. If you're running out of time on the test, I'd probably say just go with B and don't even worry about checking it. But we can see, yeah, they do match up. So B is the answer. All right, finally, number 60 actually ends with a fairly easy one. If a publisher charges $15 for the first copy of book that is ordered and then $12 for each additional copy, which of the following expressions represents the cost of Y books? This isn't just an Algebra 1 question, so we've gone from pre-cal to Algebra 1, maybe by design here. They think some students won't even try this one because they're running out of time. But it's $15 for the first copy plus $12 times each additional copy, which is represented by the variable y. So 15 plus 12y. Yeah, G would be the